Assalamualaikum and a very good day to Dr. Saliani. My name is Aiman bin Yahya. Today's presentation will be carried by Ayu Azwani, Muhammad Faris Iskandar, Muhammad Haris, Nur Hazimah, Siti Aisha and me. I'm here to talk about the introduction for our report on air and water pollution in Malaysia. So, what is water pollution? Water pollution happens when harmful substances, often chemicals and microorganisms, contaminate the water, including lakes, oceans, and rivers, changing the quality of the water and alter the environment of the water itself. In Malaysia, the water pollution is mainly caused by sewage treatment plant, manufacturing and agro-based industries, agriculture activities, and surface runoff. Next is air pollution. Air pollution is a mixture of small particles and gases that can reach harmful concentration in humans, both indoors and outdoors environment. The main cause of air pollution in Malaysia is due to high level of carbon monoxide from the motor vehicles and factories as well as from open burning. All this pollution can cause harmful to human health, which leading to several diseases including cholera, hepatitis, respiratory infection, lung cancer, and many more. That's it from me. Thank you.
Water and air pollution are a common environmental issue in Malaysia. One of the most recent water pollution issue is the odor pollution of water from Selangor's water treatment plant. As the threshold odor number reached 8, the plant was closed for treatment purpose. This is to ensure that the water that is distributed to the consumer is clean. Another recent water pollution issue is the chemical contamination of Sungai Kim Kim. This had caused the river to be put under rehabilitation. As a result, the river now is clean and the ecosystem is restored. Air pollution is another common environmental issue in Malaysia. The transboundary haze is a recurring problem that had been ongoing for years. To overcome this problem, ASEAN had ratified the Agreement of Transboundary Haze Pollution in 2002, which provide legal framework to monitor the transboundary haze in ASEAN countries. However, the ratification is ineffective as haze still happen every year. Therefore, the enforcement of stricter law upon the irresponsible companies is important to educate them about the disaster that they cause. This proves that the environmental issue that happen now is contributed by human misbehavior.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Faris bin Abbas, and I will be discussing about question B. There is one government agency in Malaysia that involved in air and water quality, which is the Department of Environment, DOE. This agency's role is to administer any issues regarding the environment and to monitor activities which relate to flora and fauna. For example, like deforestation or monitoring factories on how they handle and throw their toxic waste. In my opinion, the reason we need such bodies is because the environment will always be the victim for a nation to develop. That is why we need a body like DOE to take care of the environment. Some strategies of DOE to improve air and water quality is through education and awareness, so that people know the importance of taking care of environment. People will be taught about how bad it will be for everyone and themselves, especially when the air and water is polluted. So making them know the consequences beforehand could give a great impact. Next strategy is by using an effective way such as establishing and maintaining any ecosystems and habitats that are rich biologically and aquatic life will be managed in an environment friendly so that we can preserve all of this because they are part of nature, and there's a saying says nature heals itself. Else, to improve air and water quality means to improve the environment. Lastly, DOE creates the pollution and environmental degradation prevention and regulation to prevent the environment to degrade. Every industry must create a policy where every operation must not have high negative impact towards the environment so that any pollution can be prevented as much as possible. That is all from me. We move on to the next one. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Faris Iskandar and I will discuss question C. As a student, there are many ways to help contribute to reducing air pollution. For example, we can choose to cycle or take public transportation to school. By doing so, we are decreasing the number of vehicles on the road. For your information, each vehicle emits around 4.6 metric tons of carbon dioxide per year, which is poisonous to the air. With the effort of trying to use bicycle or public transportation to school, students can help decreasing the production of carbon dioxide. Secondly, students can start planting trees at home. Process of planting trees requires us to invest some time before we can see the result. However, one thing for sure, trees produce abundant amounts of oxygen. With the secure and guaranteed production of oxygen moving forward, it will help encounter the negative effects of poisonous gas in the air and elongate the lifespan of the earth. Next, we can start by disposing waste properly. In everyday life of a student, we continuously using materials and those materials could turn into waste after it is unusable anymore. We often see those waste goes into drains or rivers. By actively changing habits of disposing the waste into its bin types, some waste could be converted into recycled materials. In return, we can also reduce the possibility of disposing waste into water, which leads to water pollution. There are many ways for students to create awareness among the public. One of the ways is to host events to highlight the importance of conserving nature and the effects of pollutions. By doing so, the necessary information is shared effectively to the public. Thus, the public is constantly reminded on the issue, making them more aware and providing them options to contribute to help reduce the pollution. Students can also open arts and crafts using waste materials competition. These competitions are important to send a message to everyone that waste can be reused creatively into any forms of arts and crafts that could potentially be useful in our daily needs. In return, the public can actively participate in the efforts to reduce pollution around the world. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ayu Azwani binti Muhammadi. Regarding question 4, in our opinion, air and water pollution in Malaysia are not managed effectively by Malaysian government. Why? It is because there are increasing cases regarding water and air pollution every year. In this year, during MCO Movement Control Order from March April to May 4, there were 160 cases of river pollution stated, and 2 factories out of the cases had the operation suspended. The first one is the Loaf factory in Ipoh, Perak. Second one is an oil palm mill in Johor. As for air pollution in Malaysia primarily contributed by the high level of carbon monoxide pollution and transboundary pollution from Indonesia. Next, our predictions on the air and water pollution in the year 2030 that Malaysia will be facing much more problems regarding air and water pollution compared to the year before. Why? Because Malaysia is currently working as a developed country. Definitely, there are lots of development and changes all around the country from various aspects. As for water pollution happens due to the irresponsible actions of certain individuals and factory owners that arbitrarily dump their waste into river instead of handling the waste properly. I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello everyone. My name is Siti Aisyah binti Jamil and I'm here to conclude our presentation. In a nutshell, we as Malaysians need to work hand in hand in order to prevent the water pollution and air pollution or any types of pollution from becoming worse in the future. Can you imagine life without clean water? We will have a shortage of clean water in daily usage, and also the resources of drinking water will lose. Other than that, without clean air, everyone in this world will have difficulty breathing, and the worst case happen is the depletion of protective ozone layer. Everyone should realize the negative impacts of pollutants that could happen to the world. That is simply by taking responsibility, such as practicing 3R concept: reduce, reuse, and recycle in their daily life in order to lower the rate of pollution in this world. Little by little, day by day, the world can become safe and clean again for the pleasure of everyone and also for the sake of future generations. As the saying goes, precaution is better than cure. I think that's all from us. We will end our presentation with thank you.